Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of what's going on in IBF Hot Rod world. Well, the time has come. If you can't tell, the shirts came in finally. I'm excited about that. Are we going to do a giveaway? I don't know. Maybe. You might have to wait to the end of the video to find out about that one. And I'd like to give a shout out to I.B.F.HotRods. They are the sponsor of this episode with these brand new koozies we have. And just like I said the other week, before you tip back that drinky, one must pop that pinky. Here's to you guys. That's right, it's Friday, and we all know what that means. I'm drinking a beer, we got shirts, we got koozies, and we got hot rod building that went on this week. Oh, we don't just have these black ones, we got more. So, we got two different colors of grays. So, they're going to be up on the website if you guys want one. Get a hold of us. I'm going to try to get the shop, like the shopping cart bullshit on the website. If I can't, then just reach out to us on Messenger, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's anything really. We will YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Reach out to us if you want that stuff, and we'll go from there. So, without further ado, we're going to go over some of the truck, the 68. We worked on the 68, we dove into the Riviera pretty heavy, and we got some crazy shit going on with the 67. So, I tell you what, let's go over here to the 67 first, and we'll just make our way over, okay? As you remember last week, oh, don't mind the mess. I didn't have time to fucking dick around and clean anything. So, you're just lucky Randy cleaned up most of it. I just haven't got around to what the hell I was doing. As you remember last week, we had the rear end out of this because it did not fit. And we went over what the hell we had to do with it. Well, shout out to Mosier down there in, where is that? I guess that's central Indiana-ish. I don't know what town it is. But if you know anything about rear ends and suspensions and shit of that nature, axles and blah, 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 they are top notch. Anyways, we reached out to them. We got the axle, both axles shortened 2 1/4. Is that what it was, Randy? Yeah, 2 1/4 each axle. They splined, added a little bit more splines to it and everything. And we took it down on Friday, and we literally picked it up on Tuesday. So the turnaround was unbelievably quick. Plus, the rear end was narrowed 4.5 inches, like we talked about. And what else can I say? Just look at it. It's in. It's back in. We are sitting right where we want to be. If you remember correctly, we had a designated area that we wanted to be at. So let me show you where we came in at. As you remember, our goal width was going to be right here. This was going to be our tire, edge of the tire. And by golly, we are pretty damn close. So I'll take that all day. Now, depending on how we put everything together, we made enough room in here that we have space that we want. Like we said last week, we wanted 1 inch of play between here and the inside tire. That way, for when you're diving into corners and shit like that, and this rear end's moving, which it shouldn't, just because of the type of suspension system that we have in here. The Watts link. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate that. I always forget that shit. But this Watts link is pretty much the best thing that you can do as far as like panhard bars and shit of that nature, because you don't have, what's the word I'm looking for? Articulation? The articulation, the sway, left to right, the movement in the rear end as it goes up and down the suspension. This is pretty much fucking centered and going to stay centered. There's not a lot of movement. So if you're not familiar with the Watts rear end setup, you're going to want to check into that. A lot of times you just got a panhard bar that's holding everything down, and you only have one area of articulation. So when this goes up and down, your rear end goes this way. With two of them, it's swaying this way, and it's keeping this ass end dead nut centered. Now you're going to have a little bit of movement, but not near as much as just like a bar coming across. Because if you could imagine this bar, as it goes up and down, it's going to lengthen and shorten. You know what I'm saying? And this way, it's not. So that's what's going on with the 67. That took up a little bit of time to get everything squared away and blah, blah, blah. Now, the Riviera, we are knee deep in it now, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I was tearing into this. We got the outside rocker off of both sides. And you can see there's an internal structure here. I don't know if I remember if we talked about this last week or not, but you can see some of the area here. We're going to end up having to come back in, and this is all jacked up. Probably going to replace this, and a little bit of shit going on in here. I don't know if you can see all that. You see my finger coming through here. So we're lucky that, you know, 75, 85% of this is good. But everything up in here had to get cleaned out. There was rust up in here, so we're going to treat all this. Now this area basically from here forward is going to be cut out. And as you come forward farther, you can really see what we're dealing with here. You can see we just got what's the word I'm looking for? Rust. There's a little bit of light if you can't see. It looks bad, but we stared at it long enough. We know what kind of route we're going to go, and everything's going to get covered up. And I started bending and shaping some shit, but once I get this centerpiece in here and brought in here, everything's going to start coming together rather quickly, because all the bullshit, you know, we cut off little pieces at a time so I can figure out exactly what kind of structure we have inside and everything. And the rust, once the rust is gone, it's gone. Then we just replace the new metal. So as you can see, everything, as soon as I put that on there, everything looks so much better. You know what I mean? It's just beautiful. So we're going to come around to the other side. I'll show you a little bit of that. It's the same thing. It's the same setup. Now this, I'm going to have to come in here and rebuild a little bit right in here. But you can see this area in general on the inside, kick panel and shit. It's all just, it's eaten away, which we knew about. In order to get up to here, we got to make sure all this structure, like this structure from the inside here, this piece literally comes the whole way up into here. So if we're going to do this right, I got to replace all this shit coming up into here. So we had to come in the outside way. Plus these outside rockers, they had some rust areas. The backside is a bunch of fucking rust. And, you know, that's where we're at with the Riviera. We're going to obviously clean. We're going to do a two-step process, a chemical fucking setup to neutralize. And then we're going to do a rust inhibitor and sealer system, rust reformer and sealer system, an inhibitor to neutralize it. It's an acidic base product that's going to literally chemically change the compound of the rust to fucking nothing. Or not nothing, but it's going to kill the rust is what's going to happen. So now here we go. We're on to the 68. And the 68 had a whole bunch of love and massaging going down this week. Randy Savage was tearing shit up. We have a whole bunch of wiring that's getting finalized. The battery's in. Shit's lined up. We got wires ran to starters, shit ready to come into the alternator. We got looms going on. We got stuff cleaned up. We got brackets all going in, AC lines, radiator lines, just a whole bunch of shit going on in here. You can see that we have the air cleaner off, so you can get a good look at the Sniper EFI system. If you're not familiar with this, this is electronic fuel injection. Looks like a carburetor. That's the cool part. but it is electronics. It's got its own brain box and everything. It's a self-learning system. So as far as plug and play goes, I wouldn't call it plug and play. If you're not familiar, like they say plug and play, but if you're not familiar with wiring a truck or a car or whatever, it's a little bit more advanced than plug and play. You can get by, don't get me wrong. Probably going to be a little frustrating for you, but that's what we're here for. Fucking give Randy a call. He'll talk to you all about it because he's in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to show you here, we had talked numerous times about we put in our own wire ends. These are Deutsch connector is the name of them. You can see they're all over the place. These are all the quick disconnect setups that we do. There's other ones that are called like weather packs or whatever. Put my beer down for a second. I'll show you exactly what these are all about. These are badass. So I mean, these are for the fans. So literally, it's in and out. I don't know if you can see this or not, but everything's waterproof, the whole 9 yards down in here, and it is just so much cleaner than those fucking shitty weather packs, those big bulky black things that they sell. And as you can see, if this stuff ever needs adjusted, replaced, or whatever, you just quick detach, and we are on our way for shit. AC stuff going down. Like I said, wiring and all that shit going down. So we're gonna jump under the truck now because Randy need a creeper. We're gonna jump under the truck because Randy's, while he was doing everything else on this truck, he managed to find some more time this week and start doing the exhaust. Now I can't remember if last week we talked about the gas tank. We ran into an issue. We put that on pause for a second because we're going to do a little bit more research and figure out exactly what route we're going to go with that. If we're going to buy a new one, or if we're going to fucking literally cut in and make some stuff happen. So we're going to do a little more research on that. So we just started moving forward. There's always, when we go to start this thing, there's always a hillbilly way. We can just, get a cup of gas and stick a fucking hose in it, call it a day. We'll get it to fire off. But as you can see, he's got, 3/4 of this exhaust system put in. I can't remember if we told you guys about it, but these are the cutouts. This is the loud button that was in. We talked about, actually, yeah, we did talk about the loud button in upstairs. Upstairs, up in the cab. You can see he's got the long tube headers on this son of a beast thing. So it's gonna crack and pop and slap and bang and all that good shit. But with these being long tube headers, you can see how low they've gone. And we want to keep everything as tight as possible. If they were the shorties, it would come straight back into this. But since they're the long tube, we had to obviously make an arch coming up this way, angle it up here, but it's nothing crazy. So we're actually using the existing holes in the frame to bring everything back. And it's all the way back to the muffler right now. So it's just tacked into place right now. But that's pretty much what's all going down this week. I just wanted to bring you guys under here. I wanted to show you guys the cutouts. If you're not familiar with these, it's literally a switch. And this is just a little butterfly valve that opens and closes in here, and it's literally fucking on or fucking off. And that's it. So you make it real loud right here, or you flip the button and it's just, loud back there, So, yeah, let's crawl back out from underneath here, and we'll take a look at the t-shirts and the koozies one last time because I'm fucking excited. It was like Christmas today. Old DHL showed up and got me a package of goodies, baby. Yeah. And then literally as soon as I opened them up, the t-shirt company yelled at us and said, come on down and get the other stuff. So we got two different colors. Two different colors? Yeah, two different colors. We got this antique gray or something crazy. Vintage gray and vintage black is it. And ask me about building your next hot rod. You guys buy one of these shirts, somebody asks you about it, there's only one place to fucking send them. and you know where to send them. I.B.F. Hot Rods. So, ladies and gentlemen, another Friday is coming to an end as far as the work week goes and the work day. So, next week, we're going to be tearing into a bunch of shit. I want to have a bunch of this rocker shit done. The exhaust probably more than likely is going to be, everything's going to be mocked up. And it's just, we're just going to keep on rocking and rolling. So you guys have a good weekend. Pinkies up. You know the rules around here. Get on the website, check out some koozies. And I said about possibly giving something away. So why don't we give away a fucking koozie? How about that? We're going to give away a koozie, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good thing you stayed all the way to the end. So you know what it's all about around here. It's just as always, down at the bottom. Hashtag it's all about the build. Hashtag it's all about the build on this video. And you're going to get put into the raffle. And we're going to give one of these away next week. And, you know, down the line, we're going to give away a shirt possibly. So you guys just got to keep watching. But I tell you what, I will give you a choice. Okay. Not only will I give you a koozie to hold your beautiful beverage, I'm going to give you a choice of black, the gray, or the silver. You know, so down at the bottom, hashtag it's all about the build. And ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. And over and out. This one's for you.